Howdy folks, it's Incomitatum, and I am in space with Elite Dangerous. I wanted to share this video with some of you because I have a huge nerd on for space, so I've been sharing it in my stream on Google+, but some people haven't heard of this. I think there are other more qualified people out there to do Let's Plays, but in sharing my passion for space, I wanted to share with you this game. Now, I made a bold accusation last night. I said, this game, the fun that I've had in it, especially getting a joystick, I just got the very affordable Logitech 3D Pro last night. Before that, I was a keyboard and mouse player, and this game really wasn't all that fun. But I got a joystick, and my accusation was, this game might even be more fun than I remember X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter being, and I loved the crap out of that game. Many hours into that game. Wish we would have had Steam back then, so then I could have tracked my hours. So a few of you have asked, well, is it as in-depth as X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter? It does borrow a lot of tropes. Right now there aren't multiple shield arcs, like shield front, shield back, but if you look over in the right, down near the bottom, you'll see those 3 gold bars, and one is systems, the other is engines, and the other is weapons. Systems is essentially shields. And you'll see right now, I have everything balanced. Now, I set some controls on my joystick, and while I'm flying, just pip all my points into shields. Or engines if I need to go really fast. Or you know what? The enemy's not looking directly at me, we're not playing chicken, so all my points into weapons. There we go, we're balanced again. Oh man, the freedom of movement in this game is just invigorating. Yeah, okay, we've got pitch. And yes, we've got roll. And you do those rather fast. And you don't yaw as fast. Your yaw thrusters just are not very big. This game is gorgeous. Also, there is technically no sound in space. If you ever get a chance to look at some of the concept and production art, I have a sweet 7.1 surround sound system built into my cockpit. There are sweet speakers right next to my head, like if you were going to play a racing game, or even some new theaters have these. You pay out the butt for the tickets, but yeah, so all sounds are simulated, and that's why you're hearing these sounds. Built into my joystick is what's called a hat, and I have mapped the 4 directions of it so that I am able to boost. Thrust in the 4 other directions. And watch the little particles, you'll be able to tell which way I'm going because of the way that they flow. So here's up. No, I actually reversed that last night because I wanted to be able to push down. So I reversed all the controls on my hat, even the left and right, because I was overextending my thumb by pushing one direction and pulling the other. So I just tried to make it super intuitive. So here's down and up, and this is left and right. They're all backwards from each other. But when you are, let's see, yawing, it's much easier to do this to turn sharply. Your thumb muscles just really like that, rather than, yeah, you'd have to experience it for yourself. But that's what works for me. So, you'll see in the middle, you've got your sensor area, and you can change the fidelity of it by page up and page down as the default. I hardly ever need to change that. You'll see it's moving now. And just to the left of that is my throttle area. No, the right. If I hold up my fingers, yeah, I can make an L with my left hand. So that's my left. Anyway, so to the right of that is my thrust. Right now it is set to 0, so I'm not moving forwards or backwards. And to the left of that is how much heat I'm generating. And the blue tint on the thrust bar is the sweet spot for how much. I mean, you can go full steam ahead, but you'll turn much tighter um, in whatever ship you're in if you keep your thrust where the thrust bar is. Let's throw in some weapons. Alright, the one last thing I want to show you is the possible complexity of this game, and that is these UI elements here. Now this isn't really going to work for me because I am in the combat beta. If you pay right now, you can pay a small fee to buy into the beta, and but the more public, larger beta isn't until the 29th. And in fact, I wasn't going to make this video until the 29th, but it dawned on me, some people might want to know about this. And so, if you buy the game now, and I really, from a developer standpoint, I do appreciate the fact that there's a hefty buy-in at each stage. Like the alpha was, I believe, more than $200, and then they had a beta stage that was like 150. And then the other beta stage I bought into is 75. And then the beta is about to go down to 50 come the 29th. But after the 29th, they're also going to take away the lifetime expansion pass. And they have 6 expansions planned, going down to planets, seamless transition from space to planets, walking in stations, things that Eve promised that they haven't delivered on in over 8 years. But so I wanted to get the lifetime expansion pass. Now some people have min-maxed the online store and said, if you buy the online expansion pass but don't buy the game, then when the game drops in price, you can buy the game and you'll still have the pass. I don't know. Maybe you want to try that. It's not up to me to tell anybody how to spend their money. Am I about to crash into that thing? It's not up to me to tell anybody how to spend their money, but that's what I would do. Get the lifetime expansion pass before the 29th if you can. Anyway, so this pane would have all the things. In fact, it lists the different contacts that are on my that are in the system that are on within my sensor range right now. And because this is the combat beta, these are very small, tightly boxed scenarios. It's not the open sandbox that the rest of the world will be. Let me talk to that for just a second. Let me also, seriously, just get away from this asteroid. Okay. This game is going to do something that no other game has done. A lot of games, and even if I were creating a sci-fi universe, they would make up their own systems. Elite Dangerous is going to literally have over 4 million systems that you can go to in a giant cloud, most of which are based on stars we can actually see, and you will be able to go to the Sol system and visit it. Um, and all the planets will be there. All the planets are going to be procedurally generated. They are gorgeous. Some of that stuff I can't show you until the 29th because it's not in the build of the game that I have access to. Here's the status of my ship. I can see my cargo. I can set up complex fire groups if I had lots of different weapons. Right now I just have one fire group with 2 multi-cannons. And here I can go down and I can start shutting off all the things in my ship. And let me just show you that and then we'll close it out because I think that it's sweet. There is a, you can run silent, and if you run silent, then that means that you're actually trapping all the heat inside of your vessel to become a very smeared blip. But you can also run cold, and you'll want to get up some forward momentum before you do that and turn off your stabilizers. Right now, I am using stabilized flying. If you turn off your stabilizers, then just a small roll one direction you'll continually roll and flip and tumble in that direction. So you get up some speed, you head towards your target, you shut down all your systems, you go cold, and you slowly coast into enemy territory. And it's just so sweet. Just the thought of that, if you could do it without being murdered. So, well, there's not too much more that I can show you. I could show you some combat later in another video, but I wanted this to be a quick introduction to the richness and the vastness of all the features that they have planned for Elite Dangerous, some of which I could only talk about. I didn't get to show you. So this has been In Comitatum. Thank you for your time. Stay frosty.